Hello there, I'm Thomas Hatsios, the British American pilot flying the Boeing 777-300ER jet aircraft. In tonight's flight, we're going to be overflying Zurich, Switzerland, Germany, then coming back to the Zurich International Airport. Runway 144 and Lszh localizer. Landings right now in the cockpit for the pre-takeoff preparation of the PNG simulation and Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Boeing 777-300ERX. I'm gonna show you start showing the cockpit instruments, the displays, and the function of the Boeing 777-300ER jet airplane. I'm gonna start with the primary flight display. The displays the airspeed indicated. The airspeed selected from the autopilot and flight director system panel. The ground speed, the radio altitude above the ground level. You can see here the instruments inside the cockpit. So you can see here we have the primary flight display and the navigation display, also the autopilot flight director system panel, the upper and lower ACAS. So we have the airspeed indicated, the airspeed selected from the autopilot flight director system panel, the ground speed, the radio altitude above the ground level. This is for the primary flight display. The barometric altitude above the sea level and the barometric pressure of the outside atmosphere, also the target altitude selected from the autopilot and flight director system panel. We have also the vertical rate of climb and descent of the aircraft in 100,000 feet per minute, or the trigonometric angle in decrease, the steepness the aircraft can climb or descend. In decrease we have also the the altitude indicator of the pitch ladder in degrees and the bank angle in degrees. You can see the 2.5 degrees tick marks. We have also the Lszh localizer, the horizontal localizer, and the vertical glide slope of the Lszh system. The crossbars of the Lszh localizer and the needle you can follow. We have also the flight director crossbars and for manual guidance of the aircraft, and the autopilot crossbars for automatic guidance of the aircraft. We have also the angle for attack of the aircraft as it flies in the flight mode, demonstrated with the autopilot and the auto throttle. Later on, vertical navigation mode. We have also the navigation display. The navigation displays the GPS position of our aircraft, the nearest reference position, the airports, the waypoints, the nav aids, the NDPs, the AGS. We have also the GPS map, and we have the terrain and weather reflection from the weather radar. So you can see the terrain elevation displayed over here with red, green, yellow, blue. We have the terrain maps. We have also, you can see the airports, their names over here. So you can see also the magnetic heading and track, the magnetic north pole and the true north pole, and the magnetic variation depending on where we are in the world. We have also the, you can see we can see other aircraft flying around our own aircraft. You can see the distance they are located, the diamond shape of the other aircraft, so you can see the distance, the altitude difference, the airspeed they're flying, and their direction, and you can see the TICA system, the traffic collision alert system, the advisories. So we use the transporter, the DSP and DC transmitter receiver, the transporter to transmit our own frequency into other aircraft, and the air traffic control also to receive from other aircraft, and we can see where the aircraft is, where it's going. So in the navigation display, as I told you, and the diamond shape. So we have also we can create you can use the flight management computer here and create a flight plan. You will see here the route, the flight plan we're gonna be flying, the horizontal and vertical flight path. So we're gonna input using the flight management computer all the data of the aircraft for takeoff. That includes the takeoff weight, the empty weight plus the passenger plus the cargo, plus plus the cargo, plus the fuel on board, the trip fuel, plus the reserve fuel, plus the taxi fuel. So we'll have the calculations for takeoff. We're gonna use the flap settings for takeoff. This also is gonna give us the center of gravity, the calculation for the weight of the aircraft, the mean aerodynamic chord position of the forward wings in percentage of the aerodynamic chord. And this is gonna calculate the center of gravity also, and the horizontal tail trim stabilizer position for takeoff. So we're gonna input all the data in the flight management computer. We're gonna select also the runway we're gonna use for takeoff for this airport, the runway conditions, the runway length, the runway slope, if it is ice, wet or dry, the wind direction and speed, the barometric pressure and the density of the air, and also the temperature of the air, and the wind direction, and also this is gonna give us the takeoff speeds, the V1, V rotate and V2, that is gonna be displayed in the primary flight display. So we're gonna use these flight management computers here and here, and these are gonna give us all the data we need for takeoff. And also we're gonna create the flight plan. You will see in the navigation display. We're gonna have the route. We're gonna select the departure runway. This is gonna give us to select the seats, the other instruments departure for vertical and horizontal navigation, waypoints and fixes. And also we're gonna use the automated waypoints and fixes for the destination airport, and then we're gonna have the destination standard terminal arrival runway, the waypoints and fixes, and also the Lszh localizer frequency for the horizontal localizer and the vertical glide slot. And this is gonna give us horizontal and vertical profile from takeoff, climb, cruise, descent and approach and landing. So we're gonna have all this data, and this is gonna be used also by the autopilot and flight director system panel, the FTS. You can see the FTS here, the autopilot and flight director system panel, and we have two modes, but it is gonna receive data from the flight management computer for the flight director over here of the autopilot, and this is gonna guide the LNAV and the VNAV here, these two switches. So I will explain later their function. You can see here the flight management computers, all the line select buttons we have, and the keyboard on the data here in the navigation display, the primary flight display. So I will talk to you also about the autopilot and flight director system panel. I will show you the autopilot engage and disengage switch, the autothrottle left and autothrottle right, engage and disengage switch, the airspeed select knob. We can select an airspeed, the nautical miles per hour, knots or Mach speed, and this is gonna give commands to the engine FADECs. The FADECs are the full authority electronic control computers, one installed per engine gearbox. The gearbox contains also other function instruments. So we have this is the FADECs will command the engine thrust given the aircraft altitude in flight, how the aircraft flies, and its configuration, if it has flaps extended or landing gear down or retract. So the thrust commanded by the engine is gonna be guided by the autopilot flight director system panel, the flight director and the autothrottle, and the flight management computer in automatic mode, or we can use manual mode. So you can see here in the manual mode we use the thrust levers here up and down to move the engine's thrust, to modify the thrust commanded by the engine. So you can see here the engine's pressure ratio and speed. So you can see the N1, the exhaust gas temperature, the N2, the fuel flow per engine per hour, oil pressure, temperature, and quantity vibration of the engine. So the N1 is the low speed starter and low pressure compressor and turbine, the turbofan towards the engine. The N2 is the high speed starter and the high pressure compressor and turbofan towards the engine. So we'll talk to you about all this. I'll show you the now we'll come back to the autopilot and flight director system panel. So this commands the engine thrust, the speed guidance of the aircraft. So we have two main modes follow the speed guidance. So the aircraft, we have the fixed thrust mode and the variable thrust mode. When the aircraft is in the flight level change, climb continues throttle to throttle with the speed, or the LNAV and VNAV. And VNAV, so we have when the aircraft is climbing, we have maximum thrust, like in takeoff, go around, or climb, and then when it's descending, we have idle thrust. Either condition is either fixed thrust mode. So the airspeed is being adjusted by varying how fast the aircraft will climb or descend in tens, hundreds, and thousands feet per minute, or the trigonometric angle in degrees of the steepness, the angles the aircraft climbs or descends will determine its airspeed, as we have a fixed thrust like maximum climb thrust or takeoff or idle thrust for descent. So when the aircraft is flying horizontally in flight, like the cruise or the approach and landing, the airspeed is being adjusted by varying the thrust. We have the variable thrust mode, which is commanded again by the autothrottle, and the FAREX, the float generator control computer. So I'll show you that also. So we have the thrust levers, we have the flight controls here. Also you have the overhead panel, so the autopilot, we have the airspeed, as I told you, the LNAV and the VNAV. This is the heading here, the vertical speed, and the altitude mode, and the autopilot engaged and disengaged. So I will talk to you about all these things now. We have also the LNAV and the VNAV. We have the angle of the aircraft as it flies, the limit. We have the heading select and the heading hold switch. The heading select now the heading hold switch. Vertical rate of climb descent over the aircraft in 10,000 feet per minute. With the slider or the VS mode, the vertical speed mode, or the FPA, the flight path angle, the trigonometric angle in degrees. So we have also the altitude select knob and the altitude hold switch, the roll localizer with the Lszh localizer approach, and the approach with the autoland function, the Boeing 777-300ER. So I will show you also, we have the overhead panel. We have the left and right engine IDC, the great drive generator, the electrical that produces alternate current, 120 to 200 volts, 400 Hz frequency. It's installed in the engine's gearbox with the IDC. So you can see here the IDC, left engine, right engine, backup generator, left and right. 120,000 kilovolts, and also the APU. We need to start the APU to make an engine start in the ground in a cold and dark aircraft. For electrical power, also for pressurizer, we have the Adirudir data analyzer reference unit, the thrust asymmetry compensator, the primary flight control computers, the circuit breakers, you can see here. So we have the rammer turbine, the passenger oxygen, the hydraulic system, the left and the right engine. Also this is the lighting system and the windshield wipers of the aircraft. We have also the electronic engine control for the engines, the fire extinguishers for the cargo. We have the fuel jettison, we can dump fuel to lose weight in flight. And we have the left wing and the right wing fuel tank and the fuel booster pumps. And the center tank is empty, and the crossfeed valves we use to balance the fuel between the left and the right wing, and also feed either engine left or right from either tank or pump. So it's a good system to have the crossfeed between the left and right wing. We have also the cabin pressurization and the bleed air from the APU, the auxiliary power unit here. Also the left and the right engine pressurizer we need for cabin pressurization with an engine on the ice here. Air conditioning and ventilation, you can see the packs here, and also hydraulic fluid pressurization, and also for engine start we need the APU pressurizer here in the middle, this middle line that commands the APU pressurizer. So the APU's auxiliary power unit, I will show you. We have also the adhere the air data in Lszh reference unit, the small switch we turn on and off all the air data system. You see here the airspeed, the barometric altitude, the attitude of the aircraft using the laser gyroscope, so the magnetic heading and track, magnetic north pole to north pole, and also the GPS position of the aircraft, inertial coordinates. So I will start now showing you the flight controls of the aircraft. I will show you the size stick that I'm using for the flight controls to control the yoke of the Boeing 777. 300 DR with the yoke will control the horizontal tail of the aircraft up and down. Also we control the ailerons and the spoilers left and right, bundle left and right, and also the rudder pedals we make turns left and right, and also we have the horizontal trim stabilizer and hardware thrust levers over the side stick. So also I have the tiller for the nose wheel steering in the ground. So the rudder pedals control also the vertical stabilizer. So I'll show you now how to use that. You can see here we have I have this side stick, so you can use it to make climbs or descents. You can see here maybe we have more light. So we have a little bit more light now, so you can see the side stick deflection here is proportional to the yoke deflection over here. Maybe I need to get it closer over here. You can see also outside. So you see. So you can see here I can climb, I can descend. Use the horizontal tail like this, the elevator. This is the control column, the yoke of the Boeing 777. I can make turns same way, simultaneously with climbing or descending, or doing one thing at a time, like making turns left and right. Also I use the rudder pedals, you can see here, like this. This is the rudder pedals controls, left and right. So we have a full control of the aircraft, like this. Also use, you can see both sides, the left and the right are simultaneously interconnected. The flight controls like this. So we have full control of the system. We have also the you can see here the thrust levers, like this. I can move the thrust levers and the flight control. So this the full thrust levers. And have also the flight controls at the same time while I move all the thrust levers. It's like a hands on throttle and stick, side stick. So you can use all the systems you need to fly, to operate the aircraft, like the side stick, the yoke in this case, the control wheel for the ailerons and spoilers, and the rudder pedals, and the elevator, the horizontal there. So now we'll show you here. We'll show you the outside view of the aircraft flight controls, like the horizontal tail and the ailerons and the spoilers. So you're gonna have a view using the side stick like this. You can see also I can extend the speed brakes, and this also will show you the spoilers of the aircraft and the ailerons, a better view. Also I'm gonna show you now. So you can see here we have again the side stick. So you can see the control, better view. So you can see I can climb like this. Climb, descend, you see the tail moving up and down of the aircraft, the elevator. You see also the ailerons and the spoilers left and right there. So this is full control, like this. Also the rudder pedals. This is the rudder left and right there. So hope you like it, the side stick, how I use it. Also the horizontal trim stabilizer, I forgot to mention. We have here this switch for the horizontal trim stabilizer. You can move the horizontal tail up and down. Um, the pitch trim of the aircraft, like here. You can pitch trim up and down and see. Also you have the aileron trim here. I'll show you how to set it up. So you see the horizontal trim. You have the trim tabs also, and the nose up and nose down. You can see the green band right now is 4 degrees. Horizontal trim stabilizer. We have also the rudder trim here. So I'll show you the trims also. So that was all for the flight controls. Now we'll continue the rest of the season. I'll start with the primary flight display. So thank you very much for joining me for this video. I will make a complete flight after I make an engine start demonstration. I'll show you all the systems, make the pre-flight explanation of all the systems, set up the flight management computer, make an engine start. Before that, also I will show you the overhead panel systems, electrical, hydraulic, or air pressurization, fuel, and then we're gonna make a complete flight from takeoff, climb, cruise, descent, approach, and landing. So thank you very much for joining me this video. I'm Thomas Hatsios, the British American pilot flying the Boeing 737-300ER. I'm gonna start now. So you can see here we have all the systems of the aircraft. You can see. So maybe we have a better view. You can see we have an aircraft coming in. We missed the aircraft this time. We have it here in the navigation display. So I'm gonna show you the next one. You can see it coming for landing. So you can see here also in the navigation display with the traffic warning. So we'll start showing you all the instruments. We have the primary flight display that displays the airspeed indicator, the airspeed selected from the autopilot flight director, system panel, the ground speed, the magnetic heading and track, the magnetic north pole and true north pole magnetic variation depending where we are in the world. The barometric altitude above the sea level, the barometric pressure of the outside atmosphere, the target altitude, the flight mode associated with the autopilot and the auto throttle, later on vertical navigation modes, the flight director is armed. You can see also in the navigation display we have the magnetic heading and track, the magnetic north pole, the true north pole. We can display also meters, we can display hectopascals here. In the barometric pressure settings, if we find Europe, you can see also the pitch attitude here. In degrees, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15, 17.5, 20 degrees pitch attitude, or positive or negative pitch attitude. So you have to pay also attention to the altitude and the vertical speed, vertical rate of climb and descent of the aircraft, 10,000 feet per minute. So you may have a positive attitude in flight, like 5 degrees, but the aircraft might be descending, if you note that. So we can set back inches of mercury. You can see here the terrain, as I told you, the distance of the airports where they are located. We're gonna set the flight line. You can see the terrain, 6,100 feet, 0 feet with green, red, yellow, and the blues also. You will see the sea, lakes, and rivers. We have also, I'm gonna show you now. Over here, the autopilot and flight director system panel, we're gonna set the values, we're gonna change them. So we're gonna have here, we have the auto throttle left and auto throttle right here. As you can see, auto throttle left off, you will see auto throttle left off here with yellow. Auto throttle right off, you will see auto throttle right off here also With yellow it's the warning in the upper ACAS, the upper indication engine indication controller system display, the upper and the lower. The upper displays the warnings for the systems. We have this, the airspeed, flight level change, LNAV, VNAV, continuous climb, as you can see. This is also the press wall. So we can set the airspeed like this. We can disarm. So we turn off the switch. We cannot arm it after. You have to turn on the flight director. This turns off the modes you have like this. Many times you do it. So we have the airspeed select. I'm gonna select an airspeed like nautical miles per hour, 253 nautical miles per hour indicated Mach. Also we have the bank angle limit here for the cruise altitude of the autopilot, heading and track. We're gonna set the heading for the runway we're gonna use for takeoff here, like 136 degrees. You can select this, select. We have also the altitude, select the altitude like this over here. So we have heading, altitude, and the altitude is gonna be like over here. So we have now flight level change and heading hold with the flight director on. So it's gonna be mode. You're gonna see this in the primary flight displayed. Heading hold, flight level change, speed, target airspeed 253 knots, target altitude. So this is gonna give us after we're gonna start climbing. This is the altitude 1430. You can have also, as I told, 29.92, 89, 90, 92. So we set 29.91, 29.92, the barometric pressure. We can set also the other mode here, the altitude hold with the heading. Again, we have the flight director on, altitude hold, heading hold. So we have also set the autopilot on like this. We press this switch over here, and we can disarm the autopilot. You'll see now the autopilot disarm. Autopilot on, heading hold, altitude, target airspeed, target altitude. Also we have autopilot off, disengage like this. You will see the green light off. So you will see flight director again on, and the warning here, and the autopilot, as you can see, like this is disconnected, as you can see. So we have the autopilot disconnect here, the warning. So we reset this switch again on. We have also both flight director, the first officer and the captain. So both sides, left and right. So 33. So we have about 35,300. So now we have also with the autopilot the flight level change instead of, so now autopilot flight level change, heading hold. We have also a couple more modes. We have the VOR localizer here in the approach, the autoland, and this is the vertical speed we can use. You will see like a descent, like minus 3.5 degrees. You can set the slider here. You will see the degrees here displayed. Now we have 253. You pay attention to every value. All of them now are set. So we have the descent, heading hold, flight path angle from the cruise altitude. So you will see the pitch ladder over here. This mark, it designates the descent path. This purple line we have to follow, heading hold, and we're gonna descend from the cruise level or any other level we are with minus 3.5 degrees. So it's a nice function of the autopilot flight director system. And I will show you the opposite, the climb. So we go over here again. You see we can move the slider up now. So it's all the way up like this. We have the altitude selected already in the airspeed. So we have now flight path angle, heading hold, flight path angle of autopilot on 253 knots, and the target altitude. And from takeoff is gonna be this flight path angle. We're gonna have this flight path angle here. It's gonna be positive, a climb of 3.5 degrees, between the 2.5 and the 5 degrees. You can see also the takeoff speeds here. We're gonna have it. We have the 60, 80. Now there's negative 40. So this is gonna be a positive pitch rate. An angle of 3.5 degrees for climb. Do not move also the flight controls right now. So we have also plus 3.5 degrees. We have the vertical speed also tens, hundreds and thousands of feet per minute. So we're gonna have it minus 3,500 feet per minute like this here, as you can see. So minus 3,500 feet per minute is gonna be heading hold vertical speed, target airspeed, target. Actually, it's gonna be from another. It's gonna be a descent. So it's gonna be a descent here. We have this purple mark. You have to pay attention here. It signals the descent of the aircraft over here. This mark. So you have to pay attention. It's gonna be there up when you climb. You're gonna see it later, but like here with the vertical speed. So we're gonna have now the climb here. You will see the other way plus now. You can have it 0, level up. So we're gonna have a climb plus 3,500 feet per minute. So it's gonna be like here plus vertical speed, heading hold, autopilot on, target airspeed, target altitude, magnetic heading here, and it's gonna be over here in the vertical speed indicator, this purple line again. So this is the 6 main instruments of flight in our flight instrument, the flight mode, the annunciator, and the primary flight display. You can see another aircraft coming in it. So we'll display now. I'm gonna have it here. You can see the radar scan. We have it over here, flying up closer to us. So it's like 7.5 nautical miles away. Is plus 2,600 feet. You can see the arrow down, plus 2,500 is moving here toward our direction, plus 2,400. We have the TICA system here, the traffic collision and alert. So you can see here the system. You can press the test switch. So you see here is the warning for this. It's plus 1,900, and it's in front of us. You can see the blinking over here of the aircraft coming in. So we're gonna have it in like a couple of minutes. Now it's like 5 nautical miles away, less than 5. It's actually about 3.5 maybe, plus 1,400 feet. Plus 1,300. You can see the arrow down, the diamond shape here. You can see the ring 5 over here, and the scan from the radar, the terrain elevation also. So we keep having it in front of us. We keep the track of the target aircraft is coming closer in the radar. So we need to pay attention for traffic collision alert. So so it's another plus 700 feet, plus 600 feet is descending, plus 500 in front of us. So you can see the distance in this ring is about now between 2.5 and 0, so it's almost 3 nautical miles away, about 2 nautical 1 point maybe 25. So now it's the yellow warning. You can see the traffic over here, and plus 300 feet, plus 200. Now it's getting closer, so it's in front of us. Is the aircraft coming in for landing? So we have to pay attention when we fly in the air for other incoming aircraft like this. So you can see also, and I will continue with the other system. You can see also farther away other aircraft like this, maybe nautical miles away. Maybe this distance will give you a couple more over here. You can see 1, 2, spotted 1, 2. So I will continue now with the rest of the systems. You can see here the airport source, drain scan. So we have to continue with thrust levers, the horizontal trim stabilizer here. Maybe will not have so much time. The autopilot disconnect here, as I told you. The warning, the reset. We're gonna disconnect also the autopilot using this switch here. So we press this switch here. It's the autopilot disconnect. Press one time, disconnect. Now we can use that. You see the warning here and the red letters, and autopilot disconnect. So we need to press one more time to confirm the disconnect action. So now maybe I will show you the thrust levers. I will show you the instrument inside the cockpit. We have about a few more minutes left to go. So you can see here the thrust levers. I will show you the horizontal trim stabilizer first. It picks up and it picks down. The horizontal tail of the aircraft over here, it moves up and down in flight, so you can balance the aircraft. Use the horizontal trim stabilizer, the position here, how many degrees you have. You can use also normal this trim tab. We have also the position, so like 4.5 degrees for takeoff. It's good position for this takeoff weight. So we have also the auto trim from the autopilot and auto throttle system has the automatic trim. So we have a failure here of the hydraulic of the C or the R hydraulic system. You see over here, this is our hydraulic system. The C and the R and the L is C or R. Fails the autopilot and the auto throttle here. We're gonna lose the function. So we have to turn on this guarded switch here. Over here you see this guarded switch. The C and the R, the stabilizers here, from normal to cut out, like this. So you have to disconnect from normal to cut out. The stabilizer trim, anybody will keep using the normal, the manual trim order like this. Picks up and picks down, as you can see with this switch here. You can see it moving as we fly. So we have also the aileron trim and the rudder trim here. You can see the position. So I'm gonna show you the thrust levers now. So for the thrust levers, we have some instruments around the thrust levers, also the upper and the lower ACAS. You can see the engine indication, the N1. This is low speed starter and stop, and low pressure compression into one of the turbofan to engine, the left and the right. The takeoff limit 104.6%. like green, yellow, and red. Fuel pump, some warnings. The landing gear is up and down. You can see the landing gear extended, retract here. The landing gear speed limits. Also the normal and the alternate gear and the gear lock overrides. So you can open this guarded switch. We have also the flap settings. We have the bleeder pressurizer from inside the engine. The total fuel on board 46.2 thousand kilograms. The temperature of the fuel. We have also the auto brake here, maximum auto, the flap limit, rejected takeoff. So we have also here is the magnetic heading and track, magnetic north, true north pole. Now is the geographic north pole for navigation. Now is the magnetic, the normal. So it's a few degrees of inclination or difference or variation. So we have also the flaps here, extend and retract. Retract the flaps. You will see the flaps position up here in the upper ACAS execution control system. In this case, I told you this is the N1, the low speed starter start, the low pressure compressor turbine of the turbo fan puts engine, turbo fan puts engine, the left and the right, the exhaust gas temperature per engine, the duct pressure, the bleeder from the left and the right engine, the N2, the high speed starter and start, the high pressure compressor turbine of the turbo fan puts engine, the fuel flow per engine per hour, oil pressure, oil temperature, oil quality, and the vibration of the N2 states of the engine. We have also I will show you over here before showing you the thrust levers. We have the speed brakes. You can extend the speed brakes when the thrust levers are at idle. When above idle, you cannot extend the return back. So when you move to idle, you extend the speed brakes here like this. Also, you have idle thrust. You can move the thrust reverse. This lever up, and the speed brakes extend automatically. So you see here we have the thrust reversers up in the engine indication, reverse thrust. So we have the thrust reversers open. You can see the blocker doors which reverse the flow of air from the bypass of the engine. So we close, cancel the thrust reverse like this, open again. You see also the front fan, the intake of the engines, of the turbo fan engines. Again, close and open. So we need to cancel maybe now the thrust reverse. So this will also retract speed brake. So we have the thrust lever, the left and the right engine over here. You can see we have the fuel flow to the left and to the right engine, low and high pressure fuel valve, left and right engine fuel control switch cut out or run, which lets the fuel from the tanks. We have the fire extinguisher, you pull out and twist. We have the weather radar here with the terrain reflection. This is radio and communication panel. So we have all the functions. We have also the takeoff go around switch here, and this is the auto throttle disconnect switch. You press this switch up one time and you disconnect over here the auto throttle. So you take the manual control of the thrust levers like this. So you will see the engines over here, the rating as I told you, the N1, left and right engine. You can see where the commanded right now thrust is, the thrust lever position, now it's idle, and the actual, it takes a couple of seconds for the engine to spool up, to fill up or come down, so you have to anticipate when flying. It takes about a second or two for the engine to react. So you have also you have the variable thrust. You can move one thrust lever up and down like this at a time. I'll show you. So you now have variable thrust. You can see the right engine 37, 39, 40%. It has more thrust than the left. Also, we can use the left engine instead. So now we have the left engine more thrust than the right. So we move together both. We have also other systems, the parking brakes here, up and down. You can see the parking brakes, very important. We have brakes also in the rudder pedals, the toe brakes. So we have also the thrust lever. So we have the engines. I will explain you a little bit about the engine's functions. We have the General Electric 90G90 turbofan which is engine installed with this Boeing 777-300ER aircraft, jet aircraft. They produce a lot of thrust. Its engine contains pharecs. The pharecs are installed in the gearbox. The pharecs are the full authority electronic control computers, control modules which displays all the functions of the engine's data, like in the upper and the lower ACAS, engine indication controller. System display like the N1, which is the low speed starter and start, the low pressure compression turbine of the turbofan to put the engine, the exhaust gas temperature per engine, the bleeder from the 5th and 9th stage of the engine, the pressurizer. Also the N2, which is the high speed starter and start, the high pressure compressor and turbine of the turbofan engine. The fuel flow per engine per hour, thousands kilograms or in thousands of pounds, the oil pressure, oil temperature, oil quantity, and the vibration of the N2 stage of the engine. Also the pharecs controls monitors engine start, engine shutdown, malfunctions of the engine, the fuel metering unit, fuel heat exchanger. Also the pressure inside the engine. If we have an overpressure, the pharecs can command the outflow valves into a higher setting to release the pressure from inside the engine. We have an under pressure, they can close them into a lower setting to increase the pressure inside the engine. Also we climb from the sea level all the way up to the cruise level at 20, 30, 40,000 feet above the sea level. As we climb higher from the sea level, the air oxygen level, the density of the air and the pressure of the air is becoming less than half than that of the sea level. Also the temperature of the air becomes freezing, like minus 20, minus 30, minus 40 degrees Celsius. So the aircraft also flies in an airspeed rate about 2 or 3 times faster than that of the sea level. So as we climb higher, we have a higher inflow of air from the front fan of the engine, of the turbofan, for compression, for the engine compression, and also the fuel air mixture. So there is a fuel air mixture difference between higher or lower flying levels. So this is done automatically using the pharecs. Also vice versa, it would descend from cruise level down to the sea level. So it's a good thing to have the pharecs installed into your engine, to control the fuel mixer and all this stuff you have to do manually. So I will show you now a little bit, maybe I know we have time, about the things, the modes about the aircraft. Maybe we're not having time tonight. I have to start showing you the overhead panel and make the engine start demonstration, because we made it a little bit slower today. So we have the overhead panel now, here and here. Upper panel, you can see. I will turn on also the lights. I'm gonna make an engine start demonstration. So you can see here the overhead panel. This is for disconnecting the hydraulic fluid. For maintenance, we have the circuit breakers. You can see a nice view of the cockpit, hopefully you can see it. So we can move the flaps up here for takeoff to the 520 and 15 degrees. So you see a nice view of the cockpit, of the instruments. We have also the overhead panel, whatever we need. We have the ADIRU, the dynamics reference unit, the primary flight control computers here, the thrust asymmetry compensator, the APU we need to start for starting the engines, the battery, primary and standby, the left and right engine, the IDG and the backup generator. So this is the electric system of the aircraft. You can see the overview of the panel, the hydraulic system, the window heat, the passenger oxygen, rammer turbine, um, the cargo fire extinguishers. So this is the hydraulic pumps. We turn off all the hydraulic pumps for display. You will see what happens very quickly. This is the lighting system and the windshield wipers, and I'll show you a couple more systems. So we see the warnings now. We have alternate flaps here, the stabilizer, flight controls, so the brake, hydraulic pressure, all the hydraulic pressure system C, L, and R. You're gonna see them fail. Alternate flaps. So this is the warning here also. So we have to turn on again the hydraulics, all the pumps. So you see how nicely simulated it is, like the original one. So this is gonna give us back the hydraulic pressure we need. Also the same stands for the electrical or the air pressure, the pressurizer system. We need also electronic engine control for the engine normal and alternate mode. Auto start here. We're gonna auto start the engine, fuel jettison, dump some fuel jettison to lose some weight, left wing, right wing, and standard tank fuel on board, crossfeed valves, either tank or pump can feed either engine with the crossfeed on. We have also, you can see the pressure here is because it's empty. So we have the cabin pressurization here, normal, manual. We use the outflow valves, climb and descend, open and close, and select landing altitude. And the bleeder, the last thing we need to pay attention. Pressurizer from the left and right engine, also from the APU. So this is all the systems of the overhead panel we need to pay attention to. Bleeder, pressurized, fuel pump. So we're gonna lose some systems, hydraulic systems also, because of the pressurizer. So we turn on. We need also for starting the engine. One last step only left now. So you CDU. So you see the flight management computer, the display here. We have on display engine status. You see the APU, the hydraulic, the oxygen level, checklist, normal menu. You see all the modes, non-normal, resets, non-normal if we have a failure. Communications, navigation, synoptics, the doors are closed, the cabin can be pressurized. The landing gear, you can see the temperature of the brakes and the pressure of the tires, electric system, left engine, right engine, backup generators, APU, the battery voltage here, volts and amperage. You can follow all the electric system, also the hydraulic system in this page, 3000 psi, left engine, right engine, where the hydraulic fluid goes. The fuel on board, left wing, right wing, center tank is empty, crossfeed is on, left wing and right wing engine, total fuel on board. The APU is fed from the left wing using the DC motor. You can see how much fuel we have in the left and the right wing, and the fuel booster pumps. Also the minimum fuel temperature here below, which the fuel freezes, the air system, left engine, right engine, the APU is running. You can see if we move the thrust levers forward, also the pressure from inside the engine increases. Also the flight controls, last step here. So we move the flight controls around like this, both sides. So you see everything in the wings is working, all the flight control surfaces, also the horizontal trim stabilizer position. So we go back in the modes, the engine, and we need to make the engine start. So we turn off both engines very quickly. We're gonna follow the engine start. We have the reset, the electric is off. So from the engine, so we have the engine auto start left, engine auto start right, and engine shut down like this. So we go outside and we view our aircraft. The forward fan stays here. You can see the right and left wing. There is some only pressurizer, there is no fuel flow right now. Fuel flow is 0 actually. So we have to start again. the left and right wing over here, both switches. So this is gonna give us the fuel inside the engine, the fuel flow. So from 0 is gonna pump up very quickly, so you're gonna see also the pressure inside the engine. And we have all the systems back up, and we need only one last step here very quickly. Menu, FMC, position initialize where we are, Lszh 8, coordinates, 0 fuel weight, fuel on board automatically, reserves 25,300, our cruise altitude, and the cost index 100%, minimum fuel temperature, the route from this airport, the Lszh 8, origin destination, runway 14, departure Lszh 14, transit route to Alpha, arrival same airport Lszh 14, same runway, Transamity. So we're gonna have the legs of the route activate and execute, and the flap setting for takeoff. We select and center of gravity automatically with the takeoff speed V1. We rotate for this runway with this weight, so we are ready for takeoff. Just need to taxi into the runway right now. It's gonna take us like 1 more minute. So parking brakes off, advance the thrust levers to take runway clearance, and also use the nose wheel steering like this. So we are here. So we need to align with the runway, with the center line. Use the tailor again. And the rudder pedal, and we are aligned now. So we have the parking brakes again, the LNAV on here, the scan of the radar again with the flight plan. The flaps are set and the horizontal trim stabilizer, so we advance only the engine thrust like this. So you see the engine thrust build up, and if we look outside, we're gonna have a nicer view for takeoff like this. So disarm the parking brakes and go and move forward, full takeoff power. So we align with the rudder pedals like this. So we have 120 knots, V1, V rotate, and V2, and we go. So this is the positive rate of climb. Landing gear is up. And we have a few more time left for this flight. So you can see here we are 2,200 feet here, 2,400 feet, 2,000 above the ground level, 4,000 feet above the sea level. We climb with 8,000 feet per minute. Decrease a little bit flight level change. So also the airspeed 200 knots, the stall speed. So you can see the needle is moving up and the pitch altitude of the aircraft, and we have the weather radar also in the terrain. So we move this. We have the engine thrust also. So we need to start making the turn now. as we climb, and we have maybe like 14 more minutes for this video to end. So you see the climb rate here, all the data as we climb of the aircraft, the primary flight display. You can see the stall speed. We need to avoid the stall speed here. Also, we need to follow this flight path. We can make bungalows and level off like this. So maybe I will show you a nicer view now of the aircraft outside of the Zurich to the Switzerland. Over here as we climb out. Also the galaxy here, the star sign. So we are about 12,000 feet. Keep climbing up. I'll show you a nicer view as we climb. So now we climb with about 250 meters per second, 600 kilometers an hour. So this is our beautiful jetliner, the Boeing 737. So we level off a little bit here, and we make a turn, follow the flight path. So it's gonna give us a slow climb like this. This mode now as you can see, we need to cross over here. So keep having a nicer view here. Also the galaxy, hope you like it, and our beautiful jet aircraft, the Boeing 777 300ZR as we climb out. You like the wings also. So we're gonna have also the view here, the Switzerland, the lake. I will show you in a couple of minutes. We need to keep climbing and also set up here the legs. So we are very close to this first over here. So we're gonna have it here in the display. We have also the thrust levers. We can disconnect actually the auto throttle. Have more thrust maybe like this. And also retract the flaps slowly. As you see, the flaps are being retracted here, and the engine flap is up, so we retract maybe fully here the flaps. Keep climbing to the 1000. So we have the stall warning here. You have to pay attention. 32,000. So we have about 9 more minutes. We need to level up 33,000 to increase the airspeed actually, leveling off. You'll see the airspeed increase. Also the pitch additive. So we avoid the storm here, this yellow and green, and yellow and red, excuse me, mark. So we have here, you can see the engines, the frozen vapors, the chemtrails and the contrails from the aircraft as we climb up. We have also Zurich, the beautiful lake, and also in front of us is the Germany and the Bayern Munich region. Also we have the France on this side. This is the whole of the front. So it's this is our spacecraft for tonight, the Boeing 777 300ER. We're flying closer to the galaxy with 300 meters per second, or 900 kilometers an hour. As you can see, we have also the frozen vapors here. So I'm going back in the view here. We need to start leveling off here. We have the cruise altitude, so we need also to make a turn now to the airport. We have 8 minutes left. So we're leveling off here. As you see, level off manually with the flight director on, autopilot here. So we have to level off here, just pitch up a little bit. Also show you the beautiful view over here as we cruise 35,200 feet. We have the France, the Germany, Bayern Munich region here in the frozen vapors, the chemtrails, as you can see, and the contrails from the aircraft, and the beautiful star sign. So now we fly with 980 kilometers an hour, as you can see. Let's level off a little bit down, not it's up too much. So we need to continue back into the airport now. We have also, you can set the autopilot on like this. Autopilot, connect the autopilot and set, we're gonna have the waypoint, the navigation like this. So you can see now we're cruising with the autopilot on at 36,600 feet, 980 kilometers per hour, and you have the galaxy, the pilot on, the warning, some overspeed, but it's okay. We need also to fix the waypoints. Gonna make also the landing configuration, landing flaps, and also we need to start descending now. So you will see the descent path here for the aircraft as it's gonna be descending. So we're gonna set here lower altitude, and the vertical speed, and the airspeed a little bit lower. So it's gonna be our descent path right now, and keep descending. We're having maybe 5 more minutes left. So we're cruising here, keep descending. Gonna slow us down a little bit. So we're gonna have also the speed brakes extended for this configuration to slow us down a little bit. So here we are, we're going for the approach for the landing at least. I need to set that. So we need to align with the localizer here, the Lszh glide slope, as we are getting closer for the landing. Need to get it a little bit down. We have manual flight controls right now. We have the Lszh localizer here. The information we're gonna follow the needle and the glide slope for descending. Also, we need to make a turn to the left right now to align with the runway. So we keep descending. And we see where we are. So we are almost aligned, as you can see. It is only one more minute, so we use manual flight controls here for all the input. So we're going for the landing now. We have only a couple more seconds for the video to end. Here we are. Just touched down. Parking brakes and full reverse thrust. And we made a very beautiful landing here. As you can see, we're lined with the runway. Stay center line. You can see all the landing gear here in the nose wheel. Here the nose wheel is perfectly safe. Also the landing gear, all the wheels of the aircraft are starting up safe, as you can see.